want you to lie down and let your palms face the ceiling and just let your body just lay here. I want you to pay attention to how your spine is feeling lying on the mat. So where you might feel some tightness, I want you to just let all your limbs lay limp. Give yourself a big breath, filling the back ribs wide on the mat. Exhale, pull your abdominal muscles into exhale and push all that air out. So you can put your hands on your belly and inhale and feel your back ribs expand, feel your diaphragm fill with air. And exhale, pushing out, using your abdominal muscles to empty the lungs. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. I want you to take your arms back to the mat. Imagine you have a pencil attached to your nose, and I want you to start with head nods. So you're going to draw your line of your pencil down 1 inch, extending the back of your neck, and lift it back up. So you're drawing your chin down and back up to center. Feeling that space in the back of your neck start to increase. Noticing a lot of people have those neck issues. So this is a good exercise to do. Even if you start to get some tension, headaches, lie on the floor, do these head nods. Keep your shoulders down and wide, using your back to engage your shoulders. And then draw your pencil line straight over to the side, turning your head as far as you can. Come back through center without drawing your chin down, and over to the other side. Back up through center, over to one side. Come up through center, over to the other. The whole time that you turn your head back and forth, I don't want you to lift your shoulders up or off the mat. So they're staying imprinted down into the mat. One more time on each side. And then you're gonna bring your chin up to center. Take your arms up to the ceiling. Bring your right leg in a tabletop. Your left leg joins. So you're holding your belly in strong with your abs, keeping those shoulders not lifted up off the mat, but imprinted down into the mat. So we're gonna keep your arms active, pressing up to the ceiling. So if someone came to try to move your arms, they wouldn't be able to because you've got lots of energy in them. 1 knee at a time, drawing that thigh away from your chest and back up for those knee folds. And the other side down, exhale and back up. Lower down, exhale and lift. We got started a little bit late due to those technical difficulties. So I'm gonna end about 5 minutes late so that we do make it a full hour class. Good. Keep breathing and imprinting your spine down into the mat as you do these knee folds. You should start to feel those low abs start to work. And I want you to pull that pelvic floor up into your abdominal muscles with your exhale as you bring your leg back up to tabletop. We're gonna do this last one on each side, and then we're gonna take our legs together, heels together, Pilates stance. Draw those heels down, exhale and pull up. Still keeping your shoulders down and your arms active. Good. Big exhale as you pull up. Last 2. Last 1. Hold the legs in tabletop. Take your arms overhead. Keep your shoulders down. Keep your ribs engaged down. And draw your arms back to the mat. So you should not feel your shoulders draw off the mat as you raise your arms overhead. Also, you should not feel those ribs lift up off the mat. And you are aware of that spine staying connected to the mat. This time, take your arms overhead, breathe, exhale, As you draw your arms down, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up, and begin your pumps for the 100. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. So keep breathing, extending your legs as high as you can, getting that stretch through your hamstrings, and then take your legs out to your working level. Pull the back of those legs together, lengthen a little longer. Stay lifted. Stay curled up. Last 2 breaths. Last one. Lower your legs all the way down. Lift the arms up and roll all the way up. Stretch your arms forward. Pull your abs in. Settle those shoulders down. Roll back halfway and hold. Pull the back of your thighs together. Pull your abs in more to really curl into that C curve. Come all the way down for your roll-ups. Work at your own pace. So you're rolling all the way up at your own pace and rolling down for 4 more. Use your breath, pulling front and back, inner thighs together. Keeping your ribs down as you roll arms over. Good, last one. Good. Continue with the roll up if you have neck issues. Otherwise, go into your rollover. Stop the legs at 45. Lift. 2 more. And then we're going to combine the 2. So again, if you have neck issues, you're going to just stay with the roll up. This is the last one. Now, take your legs all the way down to the mat. Roll up, arms overhead, and then roll over. So roll down, take your fingers to the mat, slide them, and roll up and over. Now, separate your feet and roll down with control. All the way down to the mat together, arms overhead, and roll up. Slide your fingers down on the mat and roll down. Lift the legs and roll up. Separate the legs. Flex your feet this time and roll down. Legs come all the way down to the mat together and roll up. One more time. Slide those fingers. Lift up and over. Flex your feet and roll down. Hold here. Put your hands behind your hips. Take your feet together, heels together, bend your knees, and allow this stretch to happen in your low back. Straighten your legs, bend your knees, straighten your legs, keep your head straight, feeling this stretch through your erector spinae muscles. Big scoop of that belly. Now with straight legs, stay there. Release your hands and roll all the way down. Take your right leg down to the mat. Left leg reaches long up to the ceiling. Rotate the toes out. Shoulders down. Cross your foot across your midline for one leg circle. Sweep down, around, and up. Sweep down, around, and lift. So pulling your belly in really strong. Sweep down, around, and lift. So you should be able to see or have access to these videos on the website. Reverse your circles, down, around, and up. So if you miss it, There should be a link there if you go into the Pilates section of the workouts on the club website. Sweep down, around, and up. Scissor your legs to switch. Lengthen that leg. Rotate the toes outward. Sweep across your body. Down, around, and lift. Sweep down, around, and lift. Pull the belly in to anchor those hips down into the mat. Your other foot is pressing down into the mat as well. Sweep across, down, around, and stop. One more, and reverse. Sweep out, scoop, and lift. Good. Trying to work that femur bone in the hip socket. Try to lengthen that other leg down. Last two. Last one. Bring both legs up to the ceiling. Anchor your tailbone heavy and draw your legs right over your hips. So they're not drawing in towards you, they're drawing right over your hips. Take your feet into Pilates stance and take your legs wide to the side. Hold your low back down into the mat, and with your abdominal strength, pull your legs back together. So we're going straight out, pull the belly in, exhale in together. And again, lengthen, pull in. Lengthen long, exhale, pull in. Last two. Last one. This time, hold your legs out. Bend your knees for frog. Pull your knees body width apart, so there you're in your frog again, right? Curl your hands behind your head, so you're not interlacing your fingers. You're putting hand over hand behind your head, and then we curl up, hold this position, extend the legs long, flex the feet, and pull in with an exhale for 4 more. Lengthen, exhale, curl up. Inhale, out. Last two. Last one. Lower down. Now, point your toes so they're reaching away from you and you feel that stretch through your front of your shins. Curl head, neck, and shoulders up. Pointing those toes, reach long for 5. Exhale in. Lengthen. Two more. Last one. Lift the legs to the ceiling. Lower them slowly all the way down to the mat. Slow, slow, slow. Arms go overhead. Curl all the way up. Good. Sit up nice and tall. Open your arms. Take them overhead. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. Let your ribs lift. And as you sweep your arms along your mat, stretch long over yourself, pulling yourself into a deep stretch. All right, now I want you to pull your legs in and prepare for rolling like a ball. Float your legs off. Options. You can hold behind your legs. You can hold in front of your shins, or you wrap your arms into your body. Curl into that C curve. Roll back and curl up. Roll back and curl up. 3 more. Last 2. Last one. Hold yourself in this C curve. Hold here. Take your arms in front and float your feet off the mat. So you're pulling your legs in with your belly strength, not with your hip flexors. Stay in this rounded position. And now just extend your legs and pull back into that C curve. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug. You can bring your feet down to stretch.
But now come right back off, hold that same thing, and we're gonna work your upper body. So take your arms up to the ceiling and back without rolling back, hold your balance. Lift the arms up and lower. 3 more. Lift and lower, hovering and holding that C curve. Lift and lower, last 2. Lift and lower, 1 more. This time we lower the legs, pull into a stretch, and extend your spine, lifting your chest. Like you're pulling into your legs, you're pulling your shoulder blades back, and you're pushing your chest forward. You should feel that work through your back. And now curl and round your spine to stretch. You can grab behind your legs if you get a little bit bigger stretch there. I know I do. Pull your belly in stronger, and then curl up and lift up into that stretch extension. And lower, bring your chin to your chest and round your spine. 2 more. Lift and extend, round and pull in. Last one, we'll end with this extension. Round, scoot your legs back. And I want you to slowly roll yourself back. You can come into bent knees here if you need to. Stay here, settle those shoulders down, and just take your arms up to the ceiling and back forward. 5, 4, pull your belly in strong. Again, you can have bent legs, feet on the mat. Last 2, last 1, and roll all the way up. Stretch forward. Right, sit up tall, arms go forward, lengthen back with a flat back. Keep your legs together. Lift your arms up to the ceiling with a flat back. 5, 4, 3, pull your ribs together. 2, last 1, all the way up and down, stretch forward. Good, we're gonna go with legs, arm circles now. So roll back into your C curve, hold this position, take the arms up, around, and forward for 5, 4, holding onto that C curve, 3, 2, and 1, and roll all the way up. This time we're gonna bend your knees, pull your feet in, round back into that C curve. We're gonna reverse your arm circles. So we go out, overhead, and forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll forward, stretch. Now we are going into the ab series. So you're gonna pull your leg into your body, strong upper body. Extend your long leg off the mat and roll down. Stay curled up over that bottom rib for single leg stretch. Pull, pull, switch, pull, pull, switch, pull, pull. Breathe. Watch your legs track evenly. So your knee doesn't go in, your hips don't swing around, your thighs don't reach out. You're pulling into that midline. Last 1, hold that straight leg stretch and pull it into you. Single straight leg stretch. Pull, pull, switch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold both legs together for double lower leg lift. Lower, exhale, lift and curl up. Lower down, exhale, lift. Good. 4 more. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Bend your knees in, arms and legs extend. Reach and pull. Reach. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Crisscross, hands behind your head, curl your shoulder towards your knee, and we switch. Switch. Here we go. 12, 11, 10, 9. Look at that back elbow. Pull. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the head. Pull your knees in. Take your arms wide to the side. Keep your knees directly over your shoulders. So since I don't have a floor here, I'm going to take my arms to the ceiling. So you're holding your arms on the floor out to a T, okay? Your legs go over to one side. Keep the back shoulders on the mat. Lift your legs up through center and over to the other side. So your hip can come off, but not your shoulders. And I don't want to see your knees pull in closer. Keep them away. Over to one side. Pull the belly in to lift the legs up through center and over to the other side. Breathe. Like you feel like your torso is wringing out like a wet towel. Eyes go straight up to the ceiling. Be mindful of those back ribs staying connected to the mat. One more on each side. So we exhale as you pull up through center, over to the other side. Good. And now lift the legs and rock and roll yourself all the way up for spine stretch forward. So separate your feet, flex your feet. Lift up out of your low back by using your belly strength. Settle your shoulders down. Give me an inhale to fill the lungs. Exhale and round over yourself. Inhale, stack up. Exhale, stretch a little further each time. Pull your back ribs back away from you. So I'm trying to curl up and over myself and reach my back ribs back towards the back wall and sit up tall. Good, 2 more. Last one. Lie down, lift your legs for corkscrew. So your legs are directly over your hips, not in closer, okay? So we take our legs in Pilates stance. So we're wrapping the back of our thighs together. Circle the legs to the right. Sweep down, around, stop at center, and reverse. If you want to go ahead and go into corkscrew 2, you lift your hips off the mat, lower down, and sweep around. It's a lift, lower, reverse. Try to keep those legs directly over your hips as you lift and lower. Okay, if you have neck issues, you're going to stay with this. If you don't, corkscrew 3. We take our legs out to 45, sweep over to the right, lift up on the right side of your spine and lower down on the right side of your spine. Sweep the legs across, come up on the left and lower down on the left, keeping your shoulders down. Kind of like a rollover. But now you're just kind of massaging each side of your back. Good, let's take those hips down. Take your feet down on the mat. Lift your arms all the way up. Take your arms outside of your legs pressing down like you're pushing against quicksand here. So in order to get your fingertips closer to your heels, let's curl head, neck, and shoulders up and lower back down. Got 6 of these. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, maybe lift higher. Exhale, lower down. 2 more, curl up, 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 and lower. And 1 more. Good. Take your legs long. Arms come up overhead. Sit up nice and tall for, not spine stretch forward, but spine twist. So legs are gonna stay straight. Flex your feet. Sit up tall again, just like spine stretch forward. Think about pulling your pinky toes towards you, okay? So many people turn their feet inward towards each other, and I want you to pull your pinky toes apart, okay? So arms are going out to a T. Use your belly to keep you lifted up, and then rotate to the side. Lift, 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 sit up, sit up, sit up. Shoulders down, and then twist to the other side. So as we go through center, we inhale, exhale, twist. Only keeping your nose in line with your spine. You're not turning your head. It's just coming along for the ride with your spine. Pull those pinky toes apart as you twist. And up through center, and twist. Now separate your legs. Pull into a deep stretch. Keep those feet flexed and your pinky toes pulling in towards you. And now go into saw. So we start with our spine twist motion. We rotate to the side. And now round forward, reaching your pinky toe past, pinky finger past your pinky toe. And then pull up through center and rotate to the other side. And we lengthen our arms as long as we possibly can. Sit up tall, pulling our ribs towards the back wall as we stretch forward. Our arms stay parallel to the floor. Shoulders stay relaxed. Empty the lungs as you round forward. Sit up and rotate and twist. Reach, reach, reach. Sit up through center. Last one. Good, twist. Last one on this side. Reach. Good. Bring your legs together. Slowly lower yourself back down, and then we'll roll over for swan. So our arm goes overhead. We roll onto our belly. Pull your belly in, up, off the mat. Reaching your legs long. Take your hands on your forehead, one on top of the other. Shoulders down, forehead glued to your hands. Pull your bottom ribs up and away from the mat. And we lift up with an inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, shoulders stay down, no tension in the neck. So the back of the neck, we should not feel this. You should feel this all the way through your thoracic and lumbar spine, and your belly is pulling up. Shoulders stay relaxed. Now I want you to hold yourself up. Take your right back ribs closer towards the ceiling to create rotation. Come back to center and lower down. Inhale and come up. Left back ribs lift closer to the ceiling. Come back to center, lower down. One more on each side. Inhale, lift. Rotate. Lift. Rotate. Good. Take your hands under your shoulders and push yourself back into child's pose. Okay, we're going to do a little more prone work here. So I want you to come up onto all fours. Hands directly under your shoulders. Curl your toes under and keep your hips directly over your knees. So for many of us, we start here because that's comfortable. But I want you to take your hips directly over your knees into that quadruped position. Pull the energy away from the mat so you're pulling up and in so that you don't dump into your wrists and get a concave back, right? So you're pulling in. Let's not hang our heads. I want you to lengthen your neck, and using your belly strength, we pick our knees off the mat, hold this position. Lots of energy pulling up away from your mat. Breathe. Bring your knees a little closer to the mat. Keep your back, your low back open, and come down to your knees. I want to show you something with your hands. Take your hands so that your thumbs create an L, or as big of a position as you can. So if you can only bring your thumbs this wide away from your hands, work to get that strength and that flexibility here in your hands on both sides. And that's one thing to say that we can do it just like this, but to be able to keep your L in that same position when your hands are on the mat and your body weight is on is a lot harder, but that should be your goal. That helps create strength in your wrists and flexibility. So many of you have issues with wrists, so that's one way to counteract that. Let's try that again. Curl your toes under, use your belly, and lift your knees off. Okay, hold this position and try to draw your knees a little closer to the mat, pulling that navel to spine. Breathe. One more big breath. Pay attention to those thumbs and lower the knees down. Now take your right leg long, keeping your hips level. Extend your left arm long, creating that L with both hands. So keeping your balance here, keep your right shoulder pulled down as your right arm is long overhead, and then pull your arm to your hip and back overhead. Pulling your belly in to maintain that balance. So pull back with a big squeeze on that upper back. Pulling back and keeping those shoulders down. We're working the upper scapula area. Retraction of the shoulders, making the back support that arm movement. Hold your arm back there and lift that arm. Straight arm goes up to the ceiling and down. Lift and lower. Lift, lower, lift. Now turn your palm to the ceiling and press up, 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 up. You should feel that tricep working now in your upper back. You should feel that in your hamstring and your glutes too. And your belly, of course. Pulling up and away from that mat. And now place that hand down. Sit back in the child's pose to stretch. Come right back up. Okay, find that L in your hands. Lengthen the same leg out. Lift the same arm up. But now, lift and lower your leg. Plug your shoulders down. Pull the belly up and in. So it's just a lift and lower with that leg. And now I want you to flex that foot. I'm realizing you can't see my foot. There we go. Now flex the foot. If you had it flexed first, point it this time. Keep your foot flexed. And now extend your leg out to the side and back to center. So we're working all those little muscles in your hips, your glutes, around your hamstrings. Last one. Good. Knee comes down, sit back in child's pose. Come up onto the other side. All right, so find your L with your fingers and your thumbs first. Extend your other arm long. Extend the other leg long. Hold your hips level. Pull your abs in. And now extend that arm back to your hips and overhead. Try not to let your hip on the side that your leg is lifted drop down or lift up. Keep it even. I like to think if you had a string to tie both hip bones together, they would be cinched tightly. Hold it back and we lift up, up. Squeeze in the upper back, pull the belly in stronger. Keep that L in your fingers. Lots to think about here. And we flip that palm up and press, press, press. Try not to dump through that low back, pulling that navel up into your spine. Press, squeeze your triceps. Good. Last one. And sit back into child's pose. Come right back up. Working that same arm, same leg, toes pointed, and lift the leg. Lift, lift, squeezing those glutes and hamstrings. Draw your shoulders down. Find your L with both hands. Now flex the foot, and we lift, lift. Pulse and squeeze for 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the leg out away from your midline and pull in. Draw out, exhale and pull in. Belly to spine, pulling that navel up and in. One more, draw it out and in, and sit back in the child's pose. Lengthen your arms long. Take your right arm and feed it underneath your left to sit back, looking towards the other side, looking under your armpit. Should feel that stretch in the upper back that we just worked. And then take that arm out and slide the other arm under. Sit those hips back. Good. Now we're going to turn onto our back for some bridge work. So once you're lower all the way down, take your arms overhead and roll all the way back up. This time we lower halfway and hold this position. So really find your C curve here. So sink that navel to spine and breathe. Now little pulses. We round up and lower down. Round up over our bottom rib and lower back down. Curling over each time we curl up. So if you put your fingers right underneath your bottom rib, you should feel your ribs curl over your hand. Your feet are light. Your quads are relaxed, hopefully. And you're just pulling that navel to the spine. Last 2. Last 1. Lower all the way down. Hands go on the mat. Glue your feet and your knees together. Up towards your bottom. And then pull your inner thighs together. So both legs are cinched tightly. Curl your hips high. Reach your arms long towards your heels and hold this position. So imagine you had a weight on each hip, a scale, one of those old-fashioned weights, right? Scales. So don't let the scales shift. Keep them even. As you lift your right leg into tabletop, place that leg back down and lift the left leg into tabletop. So you are not arching your back. You're pulling your belly in to create length through your lumbar spine without shifting hips. You should feel those inner thighs pull together so that you feel that hug of the hips together. Good, you should feel your abdominal muscles squeeze together. Last 2 on each side. Last 1.
Pull the hips high, lower your spine down with control. Let's get some more space in that lumbar spine. So lift up, draw your knees further away from your shoulders, and lower down with control. Curl through your lumbar spine. This should feel good. You can separate those legs if you feel like you need a little more space in that spine, but I would like you to stay here if you could as we advance this. So you're gonna hold your legs up, lift your right leg up to the ceiling, lengthen the leg long, and kick it up. You kick by pulling your belly up and in. Good. Kick and lift. Start to make the kicks bigger. If you can make your spine stable, kick and lengthen. Kick, lengthen. 2 more. Lift, lift. Let's drag your foot along the mat as you slide that foot back into place. Hips stay high and lower down. Good. Let's do that on the other side. So scoot your heels in, knees together, inner thighs together. Curl your hips up. We lift the leg all the way up. Lengthen the leg slowly out to 45. Kick and lift. Kick and lift. So be mindful of those hips. Cinch your hips together. Now make them bigger. Kick a little further. So it's a bigger challenge to hold the stability in that spine. Trying not to arch your back. Last 2, big kicks. Last one, put your foot on the mat, slide it back into place. Keep your hips high and roll down with control. Now separate your feet wide on the mat. So your knees are wider than body width apart. And we curl your spine all the way up. Hold your glutes in together. And then little pulses. We lower the hips and squeeze the glutes. Reach your arms as long as you can towards your heels and pull your belly in strong. Good. Squeeze. Squeeze. You feel those glutes engage? Glutes have to learn to engage in order to take the pressure off of your hips. So in order to take the tightness that's created out of your hips, you have to train your glutes to engage, okay? And now lower your spine down, opening it up all the way down. Take your feet body width apart now and curl all the way back up. And now pulse down and lift for 6, 5, 4. Isn't that funny how it feels different when the position of your legs? 2 and 1. Hold it up there. Hold the squeeze. Don't change anything. If you feel like you're cramping in your hamstrings, pull your abs stronger together on the front side. Hold this isometric contraction of the glutes and slowly roll your spine all the way down. Now we're just going to open your spine. So curl and lower down. So you're not going to lift all the way up. So it's just rolling that pelvis out from under you and rolling it back down. So feel those hips curl and roll down. You should start to feel that opening in your low back if you happen to feel any tightening from before. Now I want you to hold your legs, hold your hips all the way up, take your arms overhead and bring your arms back down for 5. Overhead and press, squeeze your upper back. Focus on your shoulders and your upper back. Shoulders stay down, upper back squeezes the arm bones down. Last 2, losing count. Last 1, hold your arms down and roll your spine all the way down. Go back to that pelvic curl and roll down. 5, curl it up, create that space in your lumbar spine. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And lower down. Bring your knees into tabletop. Bring your elbows into 90 degrees. We're going into coordination. So send your knees over your hips. Okay, when you curl up, I want you to pull your knees in closer towards you. Curl up and hold. Okay, I take that back. Bend your elbows. So this is your starting position. Curl head, neck, and shoulders up. Hold it up, hold it up. Extend arms and legs long. Press, open legs, close the legs. Bend your knees, stay curled up. Bend your elbows, curl up higher. Extend long. Reach, open, close the legs. Bend the knees, bend the elbows, and curl up higher. 3 more. Extend, open, close legs. Bend the knees, curl up as you bend the elbows. Reach long again. Open, close, bend the knees, elbows, curl up, last one, reach, open, close, bend the knees, bend the elbows, curl up, and lower down, hug the knees, rock side to side, and pull your knees in. So if you have achy knees, you're gonna pull behind your hamstrings, and try to get that tailbone curling up off the floor without pulling your shoulders up to your ears. So can you do this and keep your shoulders down, hopefully, and your neck long? All right, now you're going to roll over to your side. So line yourself up on the side of your mat, sending the bottom legs to the front corner, and you can put your hand, remember your L, put your hand down on the mat. If you have achy wrists, you can go here. Okay, you choose. You want to be able to get the flexibility in your wrist so that you can bend it to 90 degrees. You'd be surprised at how many people can't take their fingers towards the back of their hand. So that's important to work. So by working that, draw your shoulder down, pull your abs away from your forearm, and lift your leg hip height. Flex that foot and kick the leg forward and back, and forward and back, sweeping the leg out of the hip. Try to think, reach that leg as long as you can, further past your other leg. Keeping that bottom leg down. And last one, bring the leg towards the ceiling now, rotate it, and we lift and lower, lift and lower. See how far you can lift that leg, keeping your shoulder down. Last 2, last 1, going right into passe, sweep the leg down and out, reach, bend, and lengthen. Keep your hip stacked here. Don't let your hip roll backwards. Keep it forward. Last one right here, and then we reverse. Slide the leg up, extend, and lengthen. Bend, keeping your knee open to the ceiling, not forward. Last 2. Good, shoulder stays down. Last 1. Turn your femur bone. Line it up so your legs are parallel now. Hips are stacked. Hold your leg off your bottom leg so your bottom foot is flexed. Your top foot is pointed, and you're going to take your hand and lengthen your neck even longer. Hold your leg up, and now circle it. Circle, circle. Circling that leg. Pilates creates long, lean muscles, and that's why all of this lengthening is important. Okay, reverse that circle, 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 circle. Good, last one. Lift the leg up, bend it, and place your foot on the mat in front of you. So you can grab under and around, or you can grab in front and around. You choose however you can stay to keep that shoulder down your back. Lift the bottom leg and flex that foot. Take the foot to the back side of your mat and lift it up and lower. Lift and lower and find more length through the back of your neck. So your whole back body, minus that foot in front, is lined up against an imaginary wall. Your back heel that's lifting, the whole back leg should feel like it's trying to connect into the back wall behind you. Lift and lower. Now hold it up and circle that leg up and around. This is so crucial for these muscles of your adductors to pull your hips in together. Oftentimes when we have hip pain, we get lazy with these muscles. Reverse the circle, lift up, back, down, and around. Take up as much space as you can to get as big a range of muscles, big a range of movement as you can. Good, last one, lift up and down. Take the top leg and hover it in a bent position off the mat. So you're back to that hand down. Open the leg and close the leg. Open the knee to the ceiling and close the knee. Working through that hip. Good, last one. Now I want you to take your knee and create a circle, just your kneecap. Creating a circle the size of a softball, a cross ball, and reverse. Circle, circle, up and around. You feeling this in your hip yet? Yes, yes, and yes. Good. Now take your knee down to the mat, but lift your foot. Actually, let's take your bottom leg bent to support. So now take your bottom knee down and your top foot up. Now pick up your top thigh and hover it off your bottom. So you have some space between your knees and your thighs. And then we extend that leg long, squeeze your glutes and pull it in. Extend and pull in. Extend and pull. There are so many exercises for your hips. It's sky's the limit, really. And so let's just go ahead and end with this last one, as I'm sure you're feeling this in your hips. Lengthen your leg long, stretch your bottom leg long and away, and rotate to the back shoulders on the mat. So you're stretching through that hip that you just worked. Bend that knee and kind of pull it in towards you to feel that stretch through your hip. Okay, I want you to come up onto your side and actually come up onto your knees. So now you're in a T position, pulling your inner thighs together, your feet together. I want you to curl up and over. Keep your shoulders down, sit up tall, and curl up and over, using your obliques to curl up and over, and lift and stretch. Keep your head in the center of your shoulders, so you're not turning your ear towards your shoulder. You're letting your head just kind of come along for the ride. Good. And now come up through center and rotate to one side and twist to the other side. Good, keeping your hip bones facing the front. Good, and then we're gonna lie down on that side to work your side series. So the back of your body is lined up against your mat, your top feet are forward, lift your bottom leg, find your L in your hand, and we kick forward and back. Kick, 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 kick. Kick, 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 kick. Keep your neck long. So take the back of your hand and lengthen the back of your neck like you're kind of pulling on it.
Good, now take your toes, lift them up to the ceiling, lift and lower. Lift and lengthen. Find the length longer. Reaching through your waist, sending that energy out. I don't want you to feel like you're dumping through your waist. I want that to feel long. Now go into your passe. Lift, bend, and extend. Find the length on the extension. Last one, reverse. Sweep in, extend, and reach. Picture yourself. What does your shoulders look like? What does your neck look like? One more. And now turn your femur bone. Leg is forward and we're circling up and around. Pull your abs in strong away from that forearm to help with your stability. Reverse that circle up and around. You should feel that body heat, right? Last one, we kick the leg up, grab, place it down, lift the bottom leg, slide it back, lift and lower. So maybe not each leg is the same, that's normal, but your goal is to get it the same. Same flexibility and strength. Now lift, circle, forward, back, up, forward, back. Work that adductor, work that inner thigh. Have that inner thigh from your hip. Lift the whole leg up and around. And now reverse. Sweep forward, up, back, forward, up, back, down. Good. 3 more. You pull your belly in strong. Navel to spine. Last one. Good. Extend your top leg, connect it to the bottom. Bend your knees, lift your top heel, float the top leg off so you have space between your inner thighs and your knees. And then we extend that leg and pull in. Extend and pull in. See if we're in a normal studio like we normally are. You guys would be able to help me remember all the exercises as I sometimes forget from one side to the other side. So hopefully we'll get them all here. Taking your mind off of that hip working. Hold the leg out there and circle the size of a lacrosse ball. And reverse that circle, 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 and pull in. Extend that leg long. Extend the bottom leg long and roll onto your back, stretching that hip that we just worked. You can pull that knee in for a deeper stretch. And I find that bending that top leg helps to stretch that hip that you just worked. All right, your last exercise. You're rolling onto your back. You're going to extend your legs up to the ceiling, directly over your hips. Take your arms up to the ceiling. Using your abs, if you have a tendency to pull through your neck, then I want you to keep your arms behind your head and rest your head into your hands. Otherwise, your arms are lifted, your shoulders down, you're curling up like you would for the 100, and you're pulsing up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up, scissor the legs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it up, higher, legs go out, arms reach between, and flex your feet as you curl up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs together, arms long. Slowly lower your legs all the way down to the mat. Arms reach overhead. Big breath. Inhale and exhale. Roll back onto your belly. Pull your shoulders down, separate your legs for swimming. Take your right arm long, left leg long, and lower back down. Lift the other side. Pull your abs up and in away from your mat. And can you create that L in your fingers between your thumb and your palm? Keep your shoulder down, belly pulled up, and now begin to swim. Kick, 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 kick. Good. Curl your toes under, bring your elbows in, and push yourself up in one piece for 3 push-ups. We lower down and press. Lower down and press. One more. Good. Bend your knees, sit back in a child's pose, and breathe. Turn your head to one side, looking underneath your armpit. Keep your hips back there and turn your head to the other side, looking under the other armpit. Bring your head to center and slowly round your spine back up, ending with our cat-cow. So we're going to extend. Keep your shoulders down and curl in. And extend. And curl in one more time. Extend. And curl in. And you guys are all done. Big inhale. Exhale.